Everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my Whirlpool dishwasher install. So if you go to the store and see the one that doesn't have the display on the front here, or its panel on the front, it's actually there on the top. That's the one I'm installing. You can see the buttons like right in there. So I'm going to be installing that one. It's part number, that's the part number, so you can kind of compare with what you're installing. Okay, so I'm going to be installing it over here. As you can see, I got a dishwasher. So we're changing up. We're going to stainless steel. And as you can see, this one has some rust on it. And so it's time to replace it anyways. And I'm going to start out with, I'm going to turn on the power on this old dishwasher. And that way I can go out and turn the power off on the power panel. And come in here and I'll be able to see if the power is actually off. So just want to ensure that you don't have power, because obviously you're going to be disconnecting it from the circuit that it's connected to. I'm going to start out with probably a Phillips head and flathead, screwdrivers, because there's going to be some mounts underneath here, so I'm going to unmount those, and then just probably some type of mounts under here. I'll got to get those that bottom panel off there. So I'll start out with that and get going. My flathead and my Phillips. The other thing that I got to do is I got to turn off the water source. So I got the power off. So that power source should be right under your sink. So if you look for the valves underneath there, and the wire and the hose that goes to your towards your dishwasher, that should be the one that'll turn it off. So I got that turned off. Okay, so I went out and turned the power off. Verify that the panel's not coming back on. Also, you go under your sink, find the hose that's running to your dishwasher, and then turn off the valve that hose is connected to. So that's just a simple twist of of the knob. It'll turn the water source off, and then once that's done, you can get under here and just unscrew these little. Well, your dishwasher may be different, but just typically you'll have some type of panel down here. You take that off. That way you can access underneath. So at this point, I'm going to get under here. And I'm going to, well, I'll start out with this drain hose first. So this drain hose may have some water associated with it when I take this off. So there looks like there's a little clamp here. Let me see, I can't squeeze that with my own strength. So I got channel locks here. Try those. I may have to get some like long needle nose pliers. Oh, that's working. That's working. So just squeeze those clamps. And then, okay, so I'll show you. So here's the drain hose, and essentially I just squeeze the clamps to take that pressure off, and then I pulled the drain hose right off. Okay, so the drain hose is off. All right, now, all right, some of my daughter's hair. So now, I'm going to get under here, and it may be kind of difficult with these channel locks to get to the hose. Let me see. Yeah, actually, so this is pivots here, so I can just come over here and get a better access. So I'm making very little progress. Probably a better wrench you could use for this if you just were to get something, the exact fitted wrench. But I am making some progress here, and I don't have to get up again. I can't do it with my hands yet, so there we go. Now I can get it with my hand. Okay, good. So the water source was properly turned off. I don't see where to disconnect the electrical, but I think I may have to pull it out and disconnect the electrical from the back. So so from here I'm going to move up, open this up to access these mounts here. I should be able to pull this thing out. I just had to move it around a little bit. Alright, so yeah. It looks like power. I'll have to disconnect that from the back.
I'm not gonna help you, Mom. I'm not gonna help you.
Okay, so it looks like the power, there's a panel up front here that I gotta disconnect it from. So it looks like this right here, that power goes into here from the back. So I just gotta unscrew it from there. Oh, okay, and they have to use an Allen wrench head. It's Allen wrench here, and go ahead and get that out.
Stay here, shut the door. No, we're not trying to fight. It's not a windy day. If it's not windy, no, it's really not. If it's not windy, the kite won't fly.
Okay. The kite won't fly.
Okay, so that swings open, and so we have our.
Hey Dad, what is this stuff?
Don't run off with that.
I won't.
Okay, so you have your neutral and your power source here, and then also need a Phillips head because there's the ground is in here.
You can have it.
So I gotta get the ground off, so that's mounted directly to the metal here. To ground this thing out. I'm gonna remove that. Okay, so that's off. I'll be careful here because I like to test these out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these wire nuts off, and I'm just gonna ensure that its power is off. I'm gonna go get a voltmeter and check them out. Here, just to make sure the power's off. Looks like we're good to go. Everything's disconnected, so we'll just pull these wires through. Oh, okay, we have another surprise. So the drain here. Oh, okay, so this drain, I didn't really need to disconnect it. There's one back here. So I just got to disconnect this one here. Okay, so I'm going to use my channel locks here. And I'm just going to disconnect it from right here. It does have a clamp there. So I'm just gonna why the clamp was there. Maybe it was leaking or something. I'm not sure what's going on here. Which side is which? Whoa. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So got this disconnected, and what I'll do is I'll just get my family to get me a bowl, and I'll drain those off into that. So I got the fan on this area because there was some water dripping in there, and I just don't want mildew to build up. So the next thing I decided to do while I'm letting that dry is I'm going to replace the hose because we got the brand new hose, nice and clean. The other hose looks fine, but it has some build up from the years. It has some build up from the years, so I'm going to go ahead and put this hose on. And so the way it attaches is you got this end here that attaches just to the drain. There's an attachment to the drain, and it doesn't come with. It may have a clamp, but I'm probably just going to use this one that I had here before. That way I can screw it as tight as I need it to. So I'm going to put that on. It's tight towards the end there. Now I'll just go ahead and screw that on there. This is plastic, so you don't have to get it super tight because you don't want to do any damage, but it's on there good, snug. And then as you can see, here the other end is, so we're good to go now. Alright, so I took off this front panel here at the bottom. So it was a little different and a little weird because it has this all this sound barrier material here. So kind of all the stuff feels like it's falling out. So when you unscrew the front panel, just know that maybe if you just squeeze this stuff as you pull it out, it's kind of stuck there, so it'll come with it. Just maybe squeeze it and pull it on out. So as you saw, my previous dishwasher was a Whirlpool. Everything's the same. So it's got this little access door here for the electrical. So very same approach to connecting your electrical wires. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it up so it's ready. This is not in place, by the way. So the electric access panel pivot swings on these right here. These are fitted into notches and it swings out, but it comes off, so I'm going to move that off while I'm getting this in place. Thing was, so I had a hose, I think it's a 1/4 of an inch connector, and so there's like, I don't know if this is 1/2 inch or what this is, maybe 3/4. But anyways, this is so there's a male connector underneath. So in order to make my hose from the sink fit, I got this adapter here. So I took that off the old dishwasher because again, it's both Whirlpool. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect this on, and that'll make it easy to connect my hose onto this. Because getting into connectors and the right size hoses can be a pain when you're dealing with installing dishwasher or faucets or whatever. Getting the right hoses and connectors can be difficult. So I'm just going to put this on here. I'm going to get my channel locks and tighten that up a little bit. Okay, I think that's on there nice and tight. It's kind of pointing back, so I'll be able to get that hose on there. All right, so we're ready to move this in place. So we got this connector on. Obviously, this drain line's in place and ready to go. But that drain line is built in. I'll connect to this hose, and then I got my electrical panel open so I can connect to it. So I'm gonna get this. Okay, in order to mount these, I probably could have put these on as I was fitting it, but so those pieces will go right there. There's the other one here. So those will go in there, and then I'll be able to mount upward. And the way I'm trying to do this is I'm just going to make sure that this here is flush with the wood. And you can kind of just seesaw your door a little bit there. Okay. And so that looks... kind of lined up there. So that looks you know, pretty lined up with your countertops. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually pushing it back because I think I want. That actually looks a little better. Laying it like that. Okay, so now just take these mounts, these little screws here. So these ones I already had because I had granite countertops. So there's a little plate that's, I guess the granite countertop company put in here, mounts it to the granite so that I can mount those little. And so that mounts it in there pretty good. What I ended up doing, I had this a little further out, but I thought it looked better with the dishwasher aligned with the tip of my countertop here. Now I saw in the directions where it says to align it with the front of your cabinet doors. I kind of like the way this looks better. One thing we noticed, we thought this was the vent. The previous dishwasher had the vent up here. We thought that was the vent, but this dishwasher and apparently all newer dishwashers vent through the drain. So that was a scary thing. We thought we were going to end up having to take this thing back because we didn't want to vent out and mess our cabinets up, but that's not a vent. It does not vent out, it vents through the drain. So the handle is pretty straightforward. So there's Allen wrench, I guess you call them nuts or screws under there. So you're just going to pop that on there. It comes with an Allen wrench, and so you're just going to put that on there and tighten it. So I just realized why they recommend that you make this flush with the cabinet doors. So down here, this panel, I put that on, and it's not flush here. So I am going to push this back so that this bottom panel is flush with the kick plate down here at the bottom of the cabinets. But other than that, we're all done. We're keeping the plastic on for now because we're in the middle of a tiling job. So we'll just go ahead and protect it for now. But anyway, so that completes the install. It's that simple. Just make sure you get your drain line attached, your water line, your electrical, and then again, just realize it doesn't have a vent. It vents from the bottom. So watching, so that I think you should be good to go if you can get those 3 things in place. God bless you. Bye. One last thing I forgot to mention is that when you turn your water valve back on underneath the sink, and through the first time you run it through a cycle, you'll want to have this panel off down here. And the reason for that is that will allow you to get down there with a flashlight and just make sure all your connections are good. So just one thing to consider so that this thing isn't leaking and you discover it way too late. So, once again, thanks for watching and God bless.